What's up, guys, and welcome back to the IT classroom. My name is Donovan, and today we are going to jump into a tool set called PS Tools and specifically look at a tool called PsPing and the powerful tool that this is. So let's go ahead and jump right in. On the left hand side, I have my source PC. On the right hand side, I have my server. If I open up command prompt, I'm sure you are all familiar with a tool called ping. So if I do ping 10.0.0.4, that's going to be my IP address for my server, and hit enter, I see a response, and I also see the latency. It's very quick. It's 1 millisecond, so it's very fast. These are the same virtual networks, so they're talking really quick. However, ping is often blocked by not only destination servers, but also it can be blocked by routers, firewalls, NVAs. A lot of equipment out there doesn't allow ICMP traffic to go through, and it's not a really reliable way to test a service or an application on the destination. Let me show a quick example of this. If I were to go into my firewall settings and say use recommended and turn these on, and I try to ping again, you're going to notice that it's going to start failing on us. And this is often what you'll run into in a real world when you're trying to ping something. Even using something like traceroute, where you're trying to figure out where latency might be introduced, all of a sudden you just see asterisks coming in where there's supposed to be a device name. It's probably because ICMP is blocked on that device. So in this scenario, if I wanted to troubleshoot anything on my server side to see if there was connectivity and if it was listening, I would actually be stuck right now. Ping's blocked, and there's not really a way for me to know if the server side is actually listening or not. And so to get around that, there's a tool out there called PsPing, and this is a super powerful tool. I'll show you how to download real quick. So if you go to Google or Bing and you go download PS Tools, that's going to be the name of the suite that we want to install. It's going to be the first link. We'll download the PS Tools suite itself. It's open in our downloads as a zipped file. We'll go into our download folder and we're going to extract it. I already did it ahead of time to speed up some time. Once it's extracted, you're going to go back to command prompt and you're just going to do cd, change directory, to that download folder. So I'll go downloads / PS Tools. That's the name of the folder. And inside of here, I'm going to run PsPing. So if I go back to that folder itself and I open it up, we're going to see in here that there is a service called PsPing, an application that we're running. So I'm calling PsPing, and I'm going to do 10.0.0.4 because that's going to be the server IP address. And for this example, if I take a look at my server and I scroll over and I go to the top, I will see that I actually have the DNS role installed on this server. So let me just show you that real quick. If I go up to Tools, we can see the DNS role is installed on the server, which means that it should be listening. So back to my PsPing, the format is PsPing, the command, the IP address, a colon, and the port that you want to talk on. So DNS runs on port 53. So I'll hit 53 and hit enter. And now we are seeing a response. So I'm going to demonstrate again that regular ping was failing because ICMP is blocked. But PsPing is working on port 53 because the DNS service is listening. So when you're testing services and you want to see if an application is listening on the destination side, PsPing is a great and useful tool for this. It's also really useful in troubleshooting connectivity issues to rule out if it's a network issue or if it's an application issue. A lot of times what will happen is the application will indicate that there's some sort of network issue going on. But if you run a PsPing, and you can do a continuous PsPing by doing PsPing -T, then the IP address of the port, hit enter. And if we let this run and we continuously see that never times out, we can pretty confidently say at that point that at a layer 3, layer 4 level, things are working as expected. So if the application were to keep timing out and having issues, I would look at the application itself. I would look at the the machine's resources, such as the CPU, the memory, maybe the storage that it's using. There's all these other variables that come into play. It's really easy to think that it's a network problem just because sometimes the errors are so generic that it makes it indicate that it is something with the network itself, when in reality the network's fine. It's responding to all the requests. So the way that this tool works is it's sending out a three-way handshake, TCP three-way handshake, which is a SYN, SYNAC, ACK, and it's getting a response every time from that destination, meaning that the destination service is running, it's up, it's happy, and at this point we can feel pretty comfortable that the network's working well. So if you're troubleshooting, I highly recommend using PsPing over something like regular ping. You can use regular ping if you're looking for latency, but I'm going to cover another tool called Latte that is much better for latency testing as well and much more reliable, especially with the limitations that ICMP has. So I'll be sure to cover that in another video. But just want to make you aware that PsPing is a tool that a lot of network professionals use, and I highly recommend that you add it to your toolkit as well. As always, if this helped and you want to see more of these types of videos, go ahead, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I do this just to give back and try to help people who are getting into the industry or who have maybe been in the industry for a while and they want to continue to upgrow. So any videos you want to watch, let me know. I'm happy to make the content. I hope this helps and have a great day.